Kia ora Marotini. Wonderful to have you here on the Dunedin Stories podcast. Did I get it right?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
yeah.
Brilliant. It was a tricky one, instantly needing to rewind in my head and say, no, that's not your name now. You are Marotini.
Yeah, correct.
Welcome. Would you like to let the Dunedin Stories community know who you are and perhaps why you're keen to share your story today?
Kia ora. Ko Takitimu te mauka, ko Aparima te awa, ko te araukiwa te moana. Ko Takitimu, rao ko urua, rao ko wairoa, rao ko viola, rao ko Lady Igadia, rao ko mermaid o ku waka, ko waitaha ka te mamoi kaitahu o ku iwi, ko Glengordna ho. Ko takatau te titi rao ko taumutu o ku marae. No otipoti tuku kāinga, ko Paul tuku mātua, ko Dennis tuku whaia, ko Priestess Sela tuku hawakuri, ko Marotini tuku ikua. Kia ora. My name's Marotini. A lot of people probably also know me as Fiona. Just recently upgraded my name as I shift into a new phase of life. I've been doing a lot of processing and progressing in the past few years. And a lot of reflection, and so it's time to step into that new phase. I guess I'm here because I've started a new business, kind of a consistent entrepreneur. Excellent. And I really just wanted to share that with the community because to me it's been a really great support and shift in my life. Yeah,
I like the consistent entrepreneur line. I picked that one up. Most people say I'm a startup addict or something like that, but consistent entrepreneur, you're obviously an ideas person, and you're consistent in your approach and trying to bring those to life.
Yeah,
beautiful. Do you want to tell us the meaning behind your name change?
I guess it literally means many aprons, and I guess being someone who now works in the kitchen, it's kind of ironic, but also someone who has many parts to the whole. I have a background in zero waste management, zero waste fashion, and so there's lots of parts that make up my new, the product that I'm now making. There's lots of parts to that, and so it's kind of just really epitomizes everything. Yeah,
I think Otipoti might be pretty lucky to have you here. This is going to be quite the journey. So the product or the business, what's the business name?
It's called Cacao Confectionery, and cacao translates to allow time and space to reignite the inner fire.
Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful.
Yeah, because that's what cacao has done for me in my life in the past few years. It's really changed my health and wellness. And that's been a really big shift for me. I feel really good because cacao is part of my life now.
Beautiful. Yeah. And it's a chocolate.
Yeah, it is chocolate.
There's two things there. Yeah. Chocolate is the essence of goodness, as well as it's helped you to reflect and become who you are.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So tell us about the brand, perhaps, and why is it unique? Why did you do it?
So cacao has come about through my health and wellness journey. It's really shifted. Having cacao in my life on a daily basis has really shifted my endometriosis and my anxiety and depression. Wow. So it's been a huge shift. I can pretty much now say that those things aren't part of my life. Wow. Because cacao has a lot of medicinal properties. It is a rongoa, and it's one thing I think we don't really understand about chocolate is that it's actually medicine, especially if it's a good, clean bean to bar chocolate that's being produced in a really nice way. Upholding those values is really important to me, and what I love having a background in zero waste is that cacao, there is no waste. Every part of the product, every part of the tree is useful, every part of the cacao bean itself. So there is no waste. You can compost the husk, you can turn it into a tea, you can eat it. It's, it's beautiful. And it's also been a really huge journey for me in that wellness space because cacao has lots of iron, magnesium, zinc, calcium, polyphenols, antioxidants. It's anti-inflammatory, works on your cardiovascular system, works on your endocannabinoid system. works on your serotonin and dopamine levels, so it actually brings joy to the body. It has the bliss molecule in it, so it makes you feel happy.
We are just getting absolute permission to eat as much of this as we want, really, aren't we?
Yeah,
so
totally.
0 calories.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's a little bit of sugar. I only make dark chocolate because to me it's more about the medicinal properties of the cacao than it is about the sugar content. So I'm never going to do anything under a 70%. And all of my ingredients are organic and come through trade aid, kind of, so the sugar in this comes from trade aid through Ecuador. My beans come from the Solomons or Papua New Guinea, and that's really important to me because we're actually supporting our whānau in the Pacific. They often don't. They actually drink Milo over there. They don't even understand the properties of cacao because it's come to them through colonisation and through plants being moved around the world through that process of people being shifted around. That is, to them, it's just a cash crop.
Wow.
And so they don't really fully understand what it's for. But through my supply chain, what they do is they actually work on the ground and just, want to say big ups to the Cacao Ambassador for the work that they do is they actually work with the farmers to bring the cacao back to them, teach them how to use it so that they're actually getting all of those health benefits. But also cacao is a really awesome, gives you energy as well. So unlike coffee, which will give you like a short, sharp energy boost, a cup of cacao in the morning will get you through the entire day. Because it has theobromine and tryptophan in it, so it actually makes you, it gives you a long sustained energy boost. So,
So I'm sensing there must be some food science element to your background as well.
No,
These
not
words
at all.
are just rolling off your tongue.
Not at all. I mean, I could talk about this for hours
Wow.
just because it has changed my life. And like since then I've started just learning and investigating and reading up and like I don't have a food science background at all. I have a background in fashion design and zero waste management and sustainable practice. So to me, it's about creating regenerative products that are good and healthy for us. And the reason being because I got really sick in 2008.
Okay.
I worked here locally as a sign writer and I had an overload of toxins in my body. And nothing could help me. No, I couldn't prove that anything was wrong with me. No doctor could actually prove that there was anything wrong with me. But I knew that I had a toxic overload. And being in nature, eating properly, eating really well, and just focusing on my breath is what actually brought me back from that place. And so having organic food. And having really healthy ways of being and spiritual context as well is really important to the full, kind of te whare tapawha, like the full wellness of being in our bodies and living life, if we're not healthy and well, how can we participate in society? And I think there's a lot of that we don't really understand as part of community too these days.
Particularly in business. Growing businesses, working through challenging economic climates, recruiting staff, managing people's lives. You do put yourself sort of last in line.
Oh, yeah, often. Absolutely. And I'm feeling that right now as the crunch of Christmas comes along and I am the production facility, I am the production manager, I'm the sales rep, I have a little bit of help with marketing, but it's it's basically me doing all of that work, which I absolutely love and I love being in the kitchen making the product and mostly because I imbue all of my products with karakia so that there's a pure intention in everything that you're eating and a lot of people tell me that they actually can feel that mauri. So I make mauri-rich cacao and mauri-rich chocolate so that whether you have time to put intention into what you're eating or not, it's in there anyway. So
was owning businesses and being an entrepreneur sort of this is what I'm going to do, your pathway, do you think?
I've always wanted to be a business owner ever since I started being a sign writer back in the early 2000s. I always wanted to have my own business. Didn't really know what that was going to look like though. Didn't really understand what my skill set was. And it wasn't actually until I got sick and then used creative practice as a healing tool. I made a huge wearable art piece, which was a butterfly, which won a competition in 2008, the Novadown Fashion Fair. This a very long time ago.
I actually do remember that.
And
we worked with Novadown on that for that year.
Yeah, and so that winning that competition, and I went to fashion school after that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what really gave me a bit of confidence in myself to, I actually have some skills here. My grandmother was a tailoress here down in North East Valley, so I'd grown up with that.
Yeah.
But
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really beautiful.
And you graduated from the fashion degree?
Yeah, 2011.
Yeah. And then how did we get on to chocolate?
Well, I've gone from fashion to trash to chocolate.
Trash to chocolate. Yeah. It is just awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Is there organisations that have helped you along your way that you would like to sort of do a bit of a shout out for, perhaps?
So I guess the Cacao Ambassador and the work that they're doing with importing and supply chain. My mentor, Chalita Zaney, she's been incredible support.
Yeah.
There was someone else, but it's just gone from my mind. HTK Startup. So I'm definitely a small business. Definitely part of the startup community, but I've big goals. I've just started moving into retail this month.
Brilliant. So I was going to ask, how do we buy this?
Just online on my website at the moment, and I've just started at Harvey Street Merchant yesterday, and so I'm looking for somewhere in Dunedin that can also stock. But
relationships is what that's about, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and my ability to scale and grow as well, because I'm struggling to keep up right now.
Yeah, production has to equal demand. I remember Economics 101. Yeah. Well, you want people to demand that supply to grow, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And has there been complicated things about creating a product that you sell that's consumed?
So I've had to learn a bit around food safety, keeping my kitchen clean. So I'm actually rent to owning the Dunedin Bowling Club's food trailer, so that's what I operate out of.
Oh, funny.
It's parked on my berm.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people often walk past, and I'm out there. And
beautiful. Is that Liam and Jackie's bowling club you're talking about? Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
So that's been an incredible support. I wouldn't.
I imagine.
I had no hot water in my house, so I couldn't use my own kitchen because my house is still under construction.
Oh no. That makes it complicated.
Yeah, and my house is too small anyway. It's only 40 square metres, so it's just too small to actually produce in anyway.
Okay.
And so was never going to get, my house would never get past that food safety process. So I knew that I needed something else to work out of. I approached them when I knew they'd shifted into the restaurant, and they were looking, I just was
what do we do with the food truck?
Hey, what are you doing with that?
And they're just wonderful humans, aren't they?
They are, and they're doing an incredible job, and I just think what they're up to is amazing.
I agree. So what is the dream? Where are you going to take it? What's the next steps, do you think?
Shifting into retail is probably the biggest next step. I need to upgrade a bit of production with my production facilities. I need larger space and larger production equipment. So that's kind of my next steps, and diversifying my supply chain a little bit more. I want to be able to bring more single origin, do more single origin products from different, like Vanuatu, Fiji, etc. Yeah.
And it's exportable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I gotta
baby steps.
Manage that.
Yeah, of course. I know. I'm often accused of trying to go too fast and furious. But it is so beautiful. I'm so reluctant to open it. The branding and the colour and the feel, it's a gift.
Yeah, so I guess another shout out would be to my cousin Sam and Antimony Agency. He's actually in Melbourne.
Awesome.
So he does all of my graphic design.
He's very talented.
Yes, I am so grateful for his support. He's my strategy guy. Like, we meet on a regular basis, and
fabulous.
So he's incredible.
Yeah, no. I mean, probably it's too fabulous because I don't want to open it.
Yeah, but you have to taste it.
I do have to taste it. I will taste it. I probably won't taste it on camera, but Thank you. That is really, really awesome. So what about a bit of a Dunedin story?
Yeah.
You're a Dunedin girl born and bred?
Yeah, so I grew up in Waitati,
Beautiful.
still live on Doctors Point Road, which is where I was born. My
Yeah.
parents are just up the road.
You'd be quite familiar with the area.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's my favourite place. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
No.
Yeah, I love being able to, like the beach, Otama Kaipapa, the beach out there has been an incredible medicine for me also. I was there yesterday and there was a huge sea lion just coming in and out of the water, and it was just, it swam right past me as I was sitting on the rock. It was just gorgeous.
Yeah, no, that's great. And you would have bussed into town and gone to Logan Park.
Yeah.
Bit of a Parker girl.
Yeah, that's right.
And what about other things about Dunedin that you think are really unique to others? What would be some shout outs there?
I really love our access to nature. So to me, that's one of the most incredible things that we have. The Eco Sanctuary, Orokuni Eco Sanctuary, it's in my backyard. And I love the fact that... and on my packaging also is the cacao. I love the fact that I wake up in the morning and I go to bed at night and they're screeching, like they are my alarm clock.
Yes.
So I just love the fact that we're able to support them and, have them in our community too. Like we have the space for them. I love nature.
Yeah. What about events? Anything in particular around events that Dunedin has?
I really love what I use up to with things like Bhakti Fest and yoga and sound healing and those sorts of things. That's been really important for me. Yeah.
Well, and a bit of chocolate afterwards is always going to help with the endorphins.
A cup of cacao beforehand's always good.
Cup of cacao, yeah.
And you'll often find my cacao being served at some of their events as well. Yeah.
Beautiful. So I do want to talk about the products itself and how we buy them. You've got an online store.
Yeah.
What's the address for that?
Kakawa.co.nz.
And how easy is it to buy your full range on there, do you reckon?
Well, I've actually only got the 70% and the 100% on there at the moment.
Okay.
I'm just working on getting all of my other flavours packaged properly. So I'm just trying to get them printed before Christmas. But we're seeing how that works. Because, that's another big outlay of cash as well for me. And so that's, like figuring out those sorts of things is quite a lot. And Harvey Street Merchant in Waitati is my first retailer at the moment.
Fabulous.
And on Thursdays I often pop up on the Otago Museum lawn.
Oh, nice.
Between 10 and 2:30.
Yeah.
So I'll be there tomorrow.
Okay. Tomorrow. We probably won't get this published in time, but Thursdays.
Thursdays. Yeah.
Sort of during the uni calendar.
Yeah, December, January I'm not so sure about because of people population, but I'll be definitely back from February onwards. Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Dunedin definitely empties out, doesn't it, over December, January. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the community? Is there anything that they can do to support you, perhaps, apart from buy your products? What else can we do to support you?
Eat good chocolate. So if you're looking, like to me, it's about understanding your products, where they come from, knowing the whakapapa of them, knowing that the ingredients, especially on a bar of chocolate, there should only be 3 or 4 ingredients. There shouldn't be all this extra filler. Yeah. There shouldn't be any E202s or any of that stuff in your food. So just eating really clean and understanding what you're eating is really important.
No. It's been lovely to hear about your story and your products. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I wish you all the best.
Thanks very much for having me.
Regards. What the fuck did I say regards for?